Hey everyone, it's been a while since I've turned on the camera. It's probably been about 2 months since I've actually filmed anything around here because I guess I just took a little break from it, and also it's just been so busy, so busy this time of year. Big giant heat wave, and it just means that my shop is just so incredibly busy. They're giving me so much copper and air conditioning units. These AC units are piling up, I'll tell you that much. It's taken me a long time to get through it all. So I thought I'd turn on the camera, show you a little bit around the yard, see what's going on. And sorry, it is rush hour right now, so you may hear some truck traffic in the background. This is my truck from today. Now I've already taken apart one air conditioner, but this is what I mean about copper. They're just giving me so much of these lines all the time. This is a really big one. That's a long one. It must be, I must say about, I'm gonna guess like 50 feet of copper. 50 foot line right there. There's a big, this one right there, that's a big giant one. That's a little tiny one. AC units, 2 hot water tanks back there, and some more copper lines right over here. 2 giant hot water tanks. This is also from today, this bucket of copper here. I've just been, what I do is that I've been taking apart with this nice pair of cutters here. So I'm able to cut them into small manageable pieces. And so also as a benefit is that this is my number 2 bucket. You can see it's really small. I'll show you my number 1 that I have, but I'm able to just cut off every little piece of soldering and make it a clean number 1. So I've been really trying to do that. So that's a lot. That's not very much number 2. Mind you, this bucket is starting to weigh quite a bit. And this is my brass. That's starting to weigh quite a bit, even though it's not even half full yet. That's going to be a lot of brass. Number 2 insulated. Yeah, okay, here we go. Steel pile. Now I've ordered another roll-off bin, but he called me today and he gave me some lame excuse. He was just like, oh, I'm too lazy, I'm too sleepy today, whatever. I tease him a lot. He teases me too. It's a good relationship. But yeah, he said he wanted to do it. He wanted to drop it off tomorrow instead of today. I said, fine, whatever. It's okay. And this is my other air conditioning collection here. There is got to be close to 30 ACs back here that have yet to be taken apart. I'll show you here. So I've stacked them about 3 high. So when they get on the truck, I just pick them up and I'm able to put them up on top of each other. Picking them up off the ground is not possible, but when they're on the tailgate, it's actually not that bad. So here they are, all going all the way back here. There's quite a bit of them. There's a couple of heat pumps there. And then this is all shreddable steel. So I still have a little bit of a pathway going through here. I have some aluminum here. These are the all aluminum rads, and there's some other scrap aluminum there, and a whole bunch of electric motors. This couple well motors in here from my drop-off bin, along with all the other AC motors there. And this is all electrical wire to be stripped. And over here is dirty aluminum. There's a bicycle. I took the tires off of the bike, and the frame is all aluminum, so I'm pretty sure they'll take that for me as dirty aluminum. All right, let's move along here. Get through. Okay, I still have this big giant refrigerator out here, and I'm kind of dragging my feet with that one, but I will be taking it apart soon. I have 1, 2, 3 air conditioners here. This is like a, I don't know, heat pump, I guess. I don't know, but it's got 2 big coils, AC aluminum copper rads on it, and then a little motor there, a little circulator motor, and some relay switches there that I like to sell on eBay. Stove, I just want to take the switches off that. This one here, I took that apart last night, but it got too dark and I haven't finished it off yet. I have these 2 railroad beams here that I've been meaning to contact someone about getting them cut into 10-inch pieces so that I can sell them as like a little poor man's anvil at the flea market. The big pile of e-waste is getting really big, and that's more than a truck full, I think. So I have to bring that in some point. I've been going to quite a few auctions, and I didn't vlog them at all, but there was an auction I went to. I got these 3 wagon wheels. This one here is probably close to 4 feet high. Anyways, I got 2 of those. Those wagon wheels sell very well. It's all steel. They're in good shape, so I'll bring those to the flea market, and usually they go for $100 a piece. This one here is less. When they're in a pair like that, you should be able to get at least $100 each for it. Here's a whole bunch of the compressor units that I have lying around. Now that's going to be a fun day, but what I'll end up doing is making a big giant load in my truck all at once, all in one shot, and I'll go over the big scale, and then probably what I'll do is load it into some sort of bin, or sometimes they'll come out with their loader, their bulldozer, and you just throw it all into their loader, and then they'll take care of it from there. Yeah, I guess not much going on. I have it somewhat organized. This guy here is yeah, probably could figure that out just by looking at it, right? It's a belt shaker, what do you call it, like a massage thing, and it works, and it's by Torcan. Anyways, I bought that at a garage sale. I overpaid for it though. I probably won't be able to make my money back, but I thought it was just so cool at the time. I just couldn't pass it up, and so here it sits. It does work, and it feels pretty good on the back actually, except after a while it starts to give you rug burn on your lower back. But yeah, it's just comes here, and there's a big stand here that you stand on that, and then you can unclip it like that, and then you just wrap the belt around you, you turn it on, it just shakes. Back here I still have some vacuum cleaners that I want to go through. This is a nice Dyson that I want to get cleaned up eventually. I should bring it out of the rain actually, and some other ones there that, you know, these vacuums, if you can take the time and clean them up, they're worth it. What else is back here? Not much. That's full. Those 3 bags are full of aluminum cans. Oh boy, what else we got? This is a structure that I built to store plywood and 2x4s. So I just have like this little roof thing on top of it. We'll see how that goes over the winter time. But yeah, I just want something, you know, to keep the 2x4s off the ground and out of the rain. Just scrap stuff really. So this is 4 buckets of #1 copper. It's all stuff that's been cleaned off. I cut off all the soldering joints on it, and I'm just waiting for the prices to go up. Prices are just brutal right now. It hurts. So I mean, at some point I want to get paid, so I may just have to bring it in like that and, you know, bite the bullet. Back in here, my aluminum copper rad collection, and if you're looking at it through the video, it just doesn't do it justice. I mean, there's probably there's probably like 700 or 800 pounds of rad back here, so it's quite a bit. And you know, the prices right now, these all have the steel still on it, so I have to cut off these steel brackets, and I still have to do that, so they still need to be processed. But the prices right now, it's probably around $1. My yard, I could probably talk them into $1.20, maybe $1.25. The website says $1, but when you have a lot of it, you have more negotiating power. And then there's just a big giant one here. It's a double. It's taller than me. It's probably about 6 feet and 6 feet 9 inches. It's really tall. All right, it's the next day. Just made it back home. I did go to my shop today. Before that though, there was this that's just arrived today, roll-off bin. So they said take your time filling it up because they don't need it. Well, they won't be able to pick it up next week because they're very busy. They're being contracted out by another company, at least their truck is. So they won't be able to pick it up for a while, but they said take your time filling it up, which is nice. So that is my pile of scrap. And last night I managed to take apart all of that scrap that was back there, including this refrigerator. There's a couple more pieces on that fridge I want to take off. This stove, I took the switches off that I wanted, so there's a little bit of wire that I'll still take off of that, but this is all going to go into there. And all of those, I'm hoping I can get through all those air conditioners as well, and then just toss it all in there. So that's going to be next week's job. Well, today's Friday. I may be able to do a little bit of it today. I may be able to start on this pile, moving it into the bin. And Saturday I'll work on it as well, but Sunday's flea market. Yeah, so I came back from my shop and they gave me this air conditioner and a rad, and then there's a little bit of copper in the bucket. Drop-off bin, there wasn't much there today. There's these remote controls I've never seen before, voice remote controls. Let's see here. Not for a retail sale. Duracell batteries, so those are the original batteries. Voice remote. Interesting, so there's two of those. I don't know what, I've never seen them before, the voice remote ones. We got a shaver and an old alarm clock, some of these phones, and in here just more phones, and this thing here, which I think is just steel, a toaster, and a magic bullet in there. So not very good, not much stuff here. Now this guy, which I just picked this up from Small Engine Mechanic. So I brought this in to get it fixed. So yeah, they fixed it, and it's a heavy sucker. If any of you guys saw my second storage locker video from the pods locker, this was in there. This was in the storage locker, and I bought that locker for just over $200. So when I got it, the carburetor was hanging off. It was missing the bolts, but he put it all back together and says it starts on the first pull. So let's see if there's any gas in there. Oh yeah, well there's a lot, actually, a lot of gas. Wow, he put a lot of gas in there. That's nice. Let's see if I can get it started. The bill said $150, which is reasonable. And because I pick up a lot of scrap metal from them, she said, you know, just give me $130, we'll call it even. So that was pretty nice. Happy about that. All right, let's see what we can do here. Is there a primer button somewhere on this thing? Okay, refrigerator just about emptied. I still want to take out these funny doors here. Maybe there's some wheels or something on there that I can take off. And then there's some motors in back there. The ice cube maker, and there's an auger motor in there that I want. And then there's the condenser fan motor I'm going to take off. Oh yeah, and there's all this stuff too for the water. Yeah, there's some water switches and stuff. Okay, so I still got quite a bit to take off on this guy. And then, yeah, all right. Well, it's probably the hottest day of the year, so I'm gonna go grab some water and stuff, and then maybe I'll come out here later on after the sun goes down a bit. Made a couple sales today, not too bad. This one here, I just packaged it up. I forgot to show you guys. But this is what I do. I just write down the dimensions of the package and the weight on it, so then I can just go and make the shipping label really quickly on the computer. What that is a switch from a reciprocating saw. Sold it for $25 and $14.51 for shipping. It's going to Ontario, so that is just a used switch for a reciprocating saw. just right there in the handle. So that's just something, I can't quite remember where I got that Sawzall from. I think I actually got it from my shop. I think they gave me a whole bunch of used power tools that were broken. So I took the switch out of it and made 25 bucks off of it. That's not too bad. It's been up for a little while, maybe about 6 months or so. This next one here is really nice. This is this guy here. It's a vintage Gerber Mark II fighting combat survival knife. For hunting, it has the sheath and a utility belt. So I threw in the utility belt because I have a whole bunch of these things from the recent Pods locker. But yeah, this is the knife that I got from my Pods locker auction, storage locker, and it's a really nice knife, very nice. So there you go. It's very clean and sharp, made by Gerber from Portland, Portland, Oregon. And it's Mark II, it says. So it's got a really nice solid aluminum handle with a little butt on the end for hitting, like that, and very nice and sharp. So anyways, that was the one knife that I got from that storage locker, and I was surprised because this guy was a huge like hunter. So but it was the only knife that I got from there. Anyways, I sold it for $200. Wow, I can't believe that. And it sold fast. I mean, it's been up for about a week. I wasn't too sure exactly how much to price it for, but I did a few comparisons, and I looked around and it was pretty vague, so I just thought I'd put it up really high. And I checked the listing, I think early morning yesterday. It sold overnight today, but I checked it a little while ago, and it had like 9 watchers and a whole bunch of views on it, and so it was very popular. As soon as you see lots of watchers on a young listing like that and lots of views, you know it's going to sell. So, you know, if anyone says give you a best offer or something, like, just don't do it, because you know it's going to sell eventually. So that's a nice number, 200 bucks. I'm happy with that. $21 for shipping, so they paid $221 total Canadian dollars. It is going to Idaho. Yeah, Idaho. There we go. So a couple of sales for today, and that's that. Oh boy, gotta get this done. I gotta get outside and fill up my bin. I have a roll-off bin outside. I got a lot of scrap to do today. Well, yesterday I was able to get through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 air conditioners. I had this big pile here, so I got about 25 more to go. Not bad, not bad. Copper's piling up still. More copper there and there. Yeah. Here, I just came back from the shop again today, and they gave me another air conditioner. That thing is full of copper and an air furnace, and I found this guy at their dumpster that they have there. So there's a sprinkler company beside their shop, and so I found this. It's a big heavy valve, really heavy. I had to use my lift to get it up onto the truck. Same with this pipe. I was able to get that onto the truck without the lift, but it's really heavy. So what I'm going to try and do with this is take off this this handle. People like these for crafts and decor, so I'm going to try and get that off, and I think I can whack it off. I took this nut off the top here, and this is all brass. There's a brass, this threaded part here is brass, but everything else seems to be cast iron. I took all the bolts off. It wasn't that hard to do. Now I just have this piece of brass that just kind of falls right off. It's not bad. Now, I don't know about the rest of it. Okay, it's just coming off too. Well, that's heavy. Now, there's not much. Now this is just all steel on that. Yeah, that's brass. That's so. I don't know, should I keep going? May as well. Got that grand finale here. I'm already pretty dirty, so let's see if this slides out. Looks like it will. Whoa, Nelly. Whoa. Oh my gosh, if that's all brass, I'm in the money. Jeez. All right, so that's all brass. I got a little bit of steel right there. Oh, and that's steel too? Ah, bummer. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of steel in there too. So anyways, I guess what I could do is just take an angle grinder, cut that off, cut off disc. But that will be about it. Don't really think it was worth it, but you never know if it's going to be worth it till you try. There's just a big pile of steel that's left over. So I'm pretty sure what the deal is that there's like brass rings that are sandwiched in between another piece of steel. So I think that's what's going on. Anyways, oh well, it was fun taking this thing apart. I get a nice handle, and we get a little bit of brass from it. It's been a week, and as you can see, I've been taking apart a few air conditioners, a few AC units, but I still have quite a few left. I got a lot left here. There's about, I don't know, 14 or so. So I'd still plug through them all. I just did that one just now this morning. I have all that. That's a good fair amount of little moolah, fair amount of money, and the roll-off bin is pretty much full. So I'm going to close it up. They're coming this morning to pick it up. Even though I still have a little bit of room left, I just don't have any metal. I don't have any metal to put in it, so I close it up. Last night I put this big oil tank in there. I had that at the back of the house from a project a couple years ago, but never used it, so throw it out. All right, let's close this thing up, and yeah, I'm gonna keep taking apart those AC units until they arrive. I'm gonna keep throwing all the little pieces in here. There we go. So it's around midday, and all the equipment has been taken apart. Those air conditioners, everything. So nothing big left to take apart for me. There's my copper 2 bucket, copper 1, a little bit of brass. Now I'll show you here my rads. So I had a whole bunch of rads in the back, and I moved them all over here. Are you ready? There we go. Oh my gosh. It's a lot more than I thought. A lot more. So I stacked them all up with the help of my son. Spencer came out and helped me. So you can see here, there's all the small ones. There are two, you know, there's 2 stacks here. And so there's a lot of weight there. And same with these big ones. There's 2 separate stacks. Look at that. So now all that's left to do now is to cut off the ends, which is going to be a challenge. Well, not a challenge, but you know, not looking forward to it. I feel like this has just been a big summer project for me. It's just taking these things all apart, but I think it's going to pay off in the end. So there's 2 ways to take the steel ends off. One is just to cut it right down there. The other way is you can cut off the noodles first, and then you can bang off the steel plate, or cut it off. You can make 2 different cuts. It's hard for me to decide what to do with these. Because there is quite a bit of copper hanging off the ends, so it'd be worth it, you know, to cut those off. But for my sanity, I don't know if I really want to do that. It's just a lot of extra work. Otherwise, you can cut these things off, and then you have a bar with some copper noodles on it, and you can bring that in. You don't get very much money for it. So I'm just trying to think about what to do. But as far as how much money is here, the main scrapyard in town, the big one, they're paying $1 even, $1 per pound for these. Now my little scrapyard that I go to, I know I can get more than that, probably around, well, low end I can $1.10, high end maybe around $1.25, maybe even $1.30. I could probably ask for $1.30 and see what happens, because I have a lot. And they're pretty nice to me. We have a good relationship, so who knows? Let's just say let's just say $1.10. There might be anywhere between, I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna say anywhere between $1,500 to $2,000 right here. That's just my prediction. For me to make $2,000 off all this, there would have to be 1,800 pounds of material here. and that's after you cut off the ends. So you're going to lose some weight cutting off the ends. How I'm going to cut off the ends, I'll show you here. I have a nice little tool that I find has been working well for me. Love. Some guys use angle grinders. Some guys use angle grinders. Some people use the Sawzall. So the Sawzall works pretty well, especially if you have a deep one, like a really thick one. You'll need something with a longer blade. I have used the angle grinder quite a bit, but I just picked this guy up here, and I just put a brand new blade on it too. This is a handheld bandsaw. Really nice little tool. It's one of the cheaper ones. You know, this is a Power Fist, which is Princess Auto here in Canada. That's equivalent to Harbor Freight. So it's just like your generic one. They usually sell for around $100. I got this one at auction for $30. Yeah, this pile of scrap has just killed me. I'm tired. Yeah, okay. So yeah, today's Saturday. I'm gonna start cleaning up a little bit, clean up all my tools and stuff, and then tomorrow's my flea market day, so I'm gonna get ready for that. Oh yeah, just one more thing. I wanted to show you guys this big pile. These are all compressors from the air conditioners that I took apart. We did a quick count, and there's about, well, just move that bush. There's not too many underneath there, but there's about 70. That was quick count, but yeah, there's around 70 of them. What do I want to say about these? Oh yeah, so I did actually, you know, most of these, about 90% of these I say are still working. You know, there's nothing wrong with them. So I did actually think about selling them. I found out how to test them. So you see there's 3 prongs here, and one is a start, one's a run, and one's a common. And you take the ohm, I won't go into too much detail. There's ways you can look it up online, but basically you just look up the ohm resistance between each prong. And so you see between the start and the common it's 1.8, between the run and the common it's 1.6, and those two numbers should equal the reading between the start and the run prong, 3.2, and that's how you know it's a good working motor. And then also you get an ohm reading between each prong and the housing, just to make sure it's not shorted out against the housing, and then you know it's good. So I looked these up, and you can sell them for quite a bit of money online, even used. So I was going back and forth, and you know, I just thought I'm not really going to get into it because they're so heavy. I would have to actually build a crate or something to try and transport them. So maybe that's something further down the road that I will do, but not this time. I'm just going to get rid of them all. Okay, early Sunday morning. We are up with the rising sun, and the truck is full of flea market stuff. So let's go to the flea market and see if we can make some money today. Okay, we're almost there at the flea market, and got to get set up on the outdoor booth, get Spencer set up. Brought my son with me. Spencer.
Hi.
Hello. What's going on today, Spencer?
Today's my 12th birthday.
12th birthday today, and you get to spend it selling stuff at the flea market. Nice. Don't worry, we got a birthday party planned out for him too. And then I'll show you around my booth that's indoors. And I'll show you all that. Because I have a booth indoors, which is like pretty much permanent, I get an outdoor booth for half price. So I think it's $12.50.
I think so.
$12.50 to sell stuff outside. And this is going to be Spencer's 3rd week in a row selling stuff.
Yeah.
He loves it. He's motivated, which is great. I love it. Okay, we're almost there. Pretty nice wheels.
Yeah, they are.
Got our hand tools here. So we're still setting up. I want to be able to sell this thing. I don't want to throw it out. now let's show you my bin inside.
Hello.
Hello. My bin. My booth. So. Priced out all my fishing lures. Just gonna be hanging up all the fishing lures on my pegboard. I have one of those things, trying to sell that for 100. These guys I'm trying to sell for 25. They're pretty cool. I've already sold one. Got some jerseys, some hunting vests. Sold a lot of clothing. A bunch of hunting stuff over here. Some trail cameras. My wife has started printing out decals. So we're selling these two for $5 each. I got this spinning thing at my drop-off bin. Pegboard there. This is an old-fashioned watering can. Some oars. Pitchforks.
Pitchforks? Okay.
Yeah.
That's where they went.
Yeah, bring those outside. Some signs up there. Metallica poster. Old-fashioned lamp. That's all rusted up. Some boots and stuff down there. Old glasses. Knickknacks. There's a forge. Go ahead.
My favorite forge.
Your favorite forge. Selling DVDs, $2 each. Comics, $5 each. And CDs, $2 each. I do pretty well on these. Selling these keychains, $3 each. Bunch of tool bins down here. More knickknacks. Some of these oil lamps I have up here. Oil lamps, $30 each. I'm trying to sell them for. Tractor seats.